Appears we have a cruise ship, but I believe they're going to the Harbor Island cruise terminal and not the one right in front of me. Unless they're going to turn around. Which might be the case, because I can see there's a security guard down here from the port. And he may be chasing everyone off the deck. So you have that silly MARSEC rule that says you can't have that open. So if he runs those folks off, then they might be coming back here. And we also got a REC tour boat here doing their little harbor tour. And then there's appears to be a is that passenger ferry? Yeah, they're probably coming from Bremerton. See how our cruise ship's doing. Yeah, it looks like they're headed down that way. Can't see Mount Rainier today though. Oh yeah, actually we can. Might be too much interior reflection on this window to get a shot of it. It should be right there. Okay. There's Safeco Field. And then Quest Field. Ferryboat Terminal. I guess they're not coming in here. They're headed down that way. I don't see any port people down on the pier either, so nobody there to tie her up. Seems odd. I thought all the celebrity cruise lines came through Terminal 66, but I guess not. Let's check out that passenger ferry again. It's interesting. They got we have a ferry boat shortage in Washington State, but the Washington State Ferries was recently trying to sell 2 passenger ferries on eBay that were in good shape. You know, not that old, but I guess they burn too much fuel. The high-speed catamarans, so they're trying to sell those while building new passenger vehicle ferries for the Whidbey Island, Port Townsend route. So if we back it out a bit, you can see there's quite a lot of activity on the waterfront this Friday. We got a seaplane going across here too. It's a barge coming out of the Harbor Island. This looks like the West Seattle water taxi right here. Yeah. So that just goes between Alki and downtown Seattle. kind of barge is this? Container barge with vehicles on top, so I'm guessing that's probably on its way to Alaska. Let's see what else we got going on here. Car ferry coming from Bremerton. I don't see the Bainbridge ferries though. It's odd. Let's see. And then there's that cruise ship, or not cruise ship rather, but some kind of, looks like a World War II era oiler or something over at Todd Shipyards. It almost looks like that vessel that the Peruvian Navy had parked out here at Terminal 66. Maybe it is. I don't know. Get some maintenance done or something. That'd explain why they came all the way up here. It's just there's a couple of tugs coming out. I always wonder if the cruise ship used tugs on the way in. They don't use them on the way out. They've got azimuthing Z-pods, so they can just push themselves out from the dock sideways. But maybe because it's tighter quarters in there, they're gonna give them a bump. Let's see if there's any passengers on the back. I don't really see anybody walking around. Tomorrow's also the tugboat races for the Maritime Festival, and there's a tug. I'm not sure if it's Canadian Navy tug or something. It's some ocean-going tug. It's got a Canadian flag on it. It's painted gray. So they're probably going to be in the tugboat race. Wow, my arm's getting tired. Let's see if we can back this out a bit and then set her down without losing focus. Whoops. Yeah, that's a lot better. Kind of funny that Port of Seattle paid $50-some million to put in that cruise ship terminal. Think about 6 years ago, maybe, and now they're going to tear it down and move it a few miles north to Terminal 90, which is pretty funny because it used to be for Terminal 90 was where a lot of cars were brought in on car carriers, but most of that traffic goes through Tacoma now because they have a better rail connection to Tacoma. It seems pretty wasteful to build a terminal and then tear it down after just a few years. Although it seemed dumb to me at the time. I mentioned that to tear out a cargo terminal and companies like Walmart are doing a lot more importing. It's pretty silly, you know. You're going to need the capacity back, and sure enough they did, so. And with construction costs having inflated quite a lot over the last 6 years, the price of steel, it's going to cost a lot more to build a replacement terminal. Let's see if we get a shot of the tugs here. Maybe they don't use tugs. Looks like the tug's cutting out of there. Let's see if we can get a little closer here. There we go. Should be able to see some turbulence on the starboard side once they start thrusting their way towards the dock. Although I suppose technically it's a pure. Wow, this is really slow. Looks like they're turning around. Well, this is taking too long. I'm getting bored. Let's look at something else. Hey, here's a AWACS aircraft. They're flying into Boeing Field. They have a military maintenance facility at the southwest end of the airport. Oh, that's an old one. That's a 707. You can see all the filth coming out of the exhaust. The radar is not operating. Let's see though. Focus. They're on their final to Boeing Field. Back that out a bit. See a lot of interesting aircraft come through here. See how our friendly cruise ship is doing. Guess they aren't turning around, they're just wiggling their way into the pier. A technique I use on my 43-foot sailboat as well. Back out again, pull her out, and then pan to the north. Well, I guess we're gonna go through west. Now we're looking across at West Seattle. It's Elliott Beach. There's a bicycle running trail along there. You can hear a train coming. The window is going to shake here in a second. We're right at the entrance to the downtown Seattle rail tunnel. See, there's a sailboat there off Alki Point, just to the right of the lighthouse. Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to back out and take a look at this. So down below me right now we have the Seattle garbage train. So Seattle trains, ships all of its garbage to Central Oregon via a train. And these appear to be trains of ash or dirt or something. So that'll get taken down to Oregon and dumped in the landfill. Now these covered trailers are from the transfer stations. They most likely have compacted garbage in them. It's enough the garbage train. That'll be going by for several minutes. Let's see what else we got going on out here. Okay, that's the Bainbridge Island ferry boat coming into Seattle. And then if we look over here, let's see. I believe that's the Bremerton ferry heading towards Seattle. It's getting noisy now. We have a lot of empty garbage train cars. They must have had a light load today or something. Now I got a train going the other direction. Twice the noise. Pull it out again. Pan back across the waterfront. And then have a look at our cruise ship again. We will see they are quite close to the pier. And you can see some turbulence on the surface of the water out there as the effect of the thrusters pushing the ship towards the pier. Can't tell if we have a lot of soot coming out of their exhaust or not, though. It looks pretty clear. It's been running for a while, so they really blow out a lot of soot and smoke when they first leave the pier out here on their way out, because the engine's been running idle. Let's see, we got some action down here right below me. I think this guy's oh, he's gone now. He just went through that trash can. Found something to eat, apparently. Let's see, how's our cruise ship doing? Oh, here's a West Seattle water taxi. Just taking off again from the terminal. Cruise ship appears to be up to the pier now. So they're parked. They'll disembark everyone and then load another couple thousand people on tomorrow morning and then take off in the afternoon. Go back and check out the Bainbridge Island ferry. It's coming in. Sometimes it's pretty crowded right now, but occasionally you'll get a regular marine traffic jam out here. You'll have container ships and ferry boats, and everyone's having to alter their course quite a bit due to traffic. I'm not very fond of that when I'm out in my sailboat. It's pretty crowded. Here's the passenger ferry taking off here. They're gonna overtake the water taxi at high rate of speed. Those aren't too fun to get close to. They throw up a lot of wake. At least if you're sailing, it's not fun. So let's pull it out of it here. zoom, we can see our Bainbridge Island ferry is getting quite close. Let's put that in the context of Alki Point here. Now it's going to look like we got a passenger ferry playing chicken with the auto passenger ferry. Ah, they're gonna crash. Ah. See if we can tell which ferry boat this is here. Should say up near the bow. Can't really read on the display here, but I think it's the Puyallup. And they've got their flags flying for the Maritime Festival this weekend. Hadn't seen that on a ferry boat before. Ferry boat that needs a paint job. Although that's one of the new jumbo Mark III's, I think. So it's not that old. Maybe 10 years old at the oldest. Nobody on the stern. Everybody likes to be up on the bow. Yep. And by everybody I mean about 4 people. Everybody likes to be in their car so they can be the first ones to get off the boat and wait for the stoplight. I forget how long those are. I think it's about 400 feet. Somewhere around there, 396. It's the biggest Washington State ferry, but looks like a tub toy next to the cruise ships. So this ferry boat's approaching Coleman Dock. Looks like they're going in to be pulling into the far side ramp, so we won't really be able to see them dock. Or not, don't listen to me. I must have bad depth perception. It's kind of tough looking through these windows though. There's a lot of internal reflection. Looks like the camera's able to deal with it though. But I'm guessing they probably got maybe they have a polarized filter or something. Whereas I do not. Okay, let's check out the point of contact here. So now you can see he's applying throttle to this forward-facing engine to brake the ferry as it comes into the pier, but they still come in pretty fast. They really do a number on the breakwaters. Just kind of bumper boat them in. And we'll see a bump here in a second. And then once they're in, they'll throttle up the rear-facing prop. There we go. And now I'll hold it at the dock as cars drive off. Okay, now he's in. Let's see. Try to see if there's anything else exciting going on here. I don't think there is. I'm probably gonna call it good here and give us one last big pan of Elliott Bay, Seattle, Washington, USA. We'll look off towards the Olympics here and Edgewater, that's where the Beatles stayed when they were in Seattle. You can fish out your window. Can't really see the Olympic Mountains, it's too hazy. That is Elliott Bay.